I'm Elle. I'm a Keystone Stitcher. Today is August 15th, 2024, and I'm coming to you a little late. There was a lot of noise outside that I could not like soundproof my place from. More on that later. How about if we get into the cross stitch? So today I have 5 whips for you that I've worked on. I have 0 new starts. I've been really good. I've got 2 spontaneous purchases, which is not necessarily that great, but you know, 2's not bad, right? And before we get into that, I want to do the giveaway. So my last video, it's upside down. I offered The Fisherman by Nimue. I think that's how you pronounce it. And I did a random drawing, and here is the winner. This is Cavell, I believe I'm pronouncing it right, Cavell 1298. So congratulations. I will have all my contact information at the top of the description box, and you can contact me through Instagram or by email. So congratulations, I hope you enjoy it. Before we get into the actual whips and the stitching, I wanted to mention something that I had found and was not happy about. So many of you know that I grid my fabrics and, well, give you a sneak peek. So I do all my own gridding, and I typically use, or I have been using, the friction pens. And I had no problems with them. As a matter of fact, now that I found a problem, I went back and checked all my pieces. And it's only one. I don't know why that one, it's not in the sunlight. I don't know why. But here is, I'll show you what we're talking about. This is Daisy Blue by Joe Lynch. I purchased the chart through Heaven Earth Designs. I think it's still available. And I love it. I just stuck that in a frame that I bought. At the time, I didn't want to spend extra money to find a frame that just fit the design. I'm going to show you a close-up, and this is all over the place, but I'm going to show you this corner in particular. You can see the lines from the friction pens have come back. So I went to the Friction website and I looked, and they say that friction pens are not for use on fabric. They're specifically designed for paper, and I believe it's heat. I don't remember, but anyway, the marks can come back over time, and they can come back brownish. Now my marks are blue, which was the color of the pen I used. But yeah, I'm not happy because you can even see it behind some of that white up there. So the entire piece has lines all through it. So I have now switched to, these are, I don't know if you can see, Mark Be Gone. It is a water soluble. Now, I first heard about this from Crafty Gaming Jamie, and I thought, okay, whatever. You know, it's just another type of pen. I'm giving this a try now. The paperwork on these pens say that they're made for fabric, but say don't leave them on the fabric for extended periods of time or for, you know, long periods of time. As we know, if we're doing full coverage, they're going to be on for a long period of time. If I see that this is not going to come out, then I'm just going to go back to, I started gridding around 2020, 2021, somewhere in that area. I never gridded before that, so I'll just go back to not gridding because I don't like the pre-gridded fabric. I don't like it. Anyway, enough of that. I just wanted to make you aware that the marks can come back if you use the friction pens, and I'm being told this is the best alternative. Okay, so let's get into the stitching. I'm going to show you my whips from the least progress to the most. I figured that way, you know, we save the best for last. Not the best design, just the best stitching accomplishment. Okay, this day, I will tell you about this day shortly. Okay, so this first one is Life Support. The artwork is by Giuseppe and Miconi, and it's charted by Megan at StitchingMoonDesigns on Etsy. And here's where I am. So I didn't do a lot. I filled in a lot of these pale colors in here and brought a little bit more down. But yeah, not much to show. Just been way too busy. So I'll put a picture in here of what it looked like before, and you can see some of that is filled in, but like I said, it's not a huge amount of progress. So this is stitched on a scrap of 20 count Aquarius by Color and Cotton. And it was the half that I cut off from doing my long dog band sampler. Okay, so the next one that didn't get, this got even less work I think, is one for Sorrow. This is from Heaven and Earth Designs. The artwork is by Stephanie PUi-Mun Law. I'm stitching this on a 20 count even weave. I'm not real fond of the even weave. Maybe it's me. I have trouble with my thread slipping underneath. But I do like the feel of it. And all I did is work this section right here. So I'm not giving you percentages. So on wave support, I'm now at 4.82%, and on this I'm at 12.63%. Do you care what the percentage is? I don't know who does, but all right, let me put in a picture of it before. And yeah, you can see it's just that little section right there. Okay, now this next one's got a little bit more work at least. This next one's is Strength. The artwork is by NIcolee Payne and is charted by UnconventionalXStitch. And I'm stitching this on 18 count, very light pewter from Zweigart. It's one of their standard colors. I'm now at 30.13%. I'm so happy about that. And all I did was work on this page right here. So this black that you see here was in, there was a little of this blue in, but mostly I filled all that in. So here's the before of that section. And I don't know if I can get the entire piece in here now or if I have to put a picture in, because this is quite large. I'm going to try to lean back and see if I can. Hold on, I've got to do this. I injured my arm, so since we last spoke, I've injured my right arm and I can't lift my right arm. So this should be interesting. I may just have to put in a picture. Well, that's pretty much, nah, I'm gonna have to put a picture and I can't get that corner. So here's a picture of the entire piece. Sorry about that. Now this next one is called Eyes of the Forest. I'm stitching this along with Carrie, the patient stitcher. Carrie, I almost said the silent stitcher. Where did that come from? Okay, this one I am now color completing. So the color that I chose was the next one. So I'm doing it from the color with the most stitches down. And I filled in 3781. So all these browns that you see all through here. So I had already finished the black, and then I did all the browns. So I had the beak and that part of the face done. I had that eye done. And so there's nothing top or bottom. This one here, I really just worked there. So there was 2,744 stitches of that color. And let me pull it back and see if I could put it side by side of where it was. So this was a lot of fun. Now the next color that I'm putting in will again be in the face. And that color is going to be a blend of 3781 and 3790. And I've highlighted it here so you can see all that green there is what I'll be filling in. You see that? Yeah. So a little bit more on the face. So not bad. I'm enjoying that. I'm having fun with that. Hopefully Carrie is getting settled and is having more stitching time. That one I'm now at 20.87%. And this is done for the month. So my goal was to finish that color this month. I did that. You won't see that again until next month. So the next one is my focus piece. This is Four Seasons by Dome, and it originally was sold through Soda Stitch. I'm still trying to find a copy of this that I can send to you. And here, let me see here. And here's the whole piece. This is getting really hard. And what I worked on this last time was I had to finish these two windows, this roof. I put these buildings that are in the background. I finished this down here. I finished this turret, and I'm now filling in that house. So let me move it over and show you the before. And this one, I kept thinking, I really didn't have as much time to stitch as I would have liked, and I didn't know if I would see a lot of progress, but then I looked at the before picture and I was shocked at how much was actually done. So that's 4 seasons, and as you can see, it's now larger than my board. I'm currently at 66.24%, and my goal with that, now that I looked at the number of stitches left, is to have that completed by the end of September. So if no later, you will see this finished come October 1st. I can't do dates, guys. So now, before we get into plans, I had 2 purchases. And I don't know what made me do this. I'm trying to be careful because it's in plastic. A couple months ago, I decided I wanted to purchase a Ronnie Rowe design. And I couldn't decide between 2. And so I finally picked up Back in Time. And that one, I'm excited. Like I said, this house reminds me of a house one of my good friends lived in. And the cars just, I like it. Country scene. But the other one was the complementary piece to it. Companion piece. There we go. Words. And that is Hog Heaven. And I just happened to be on 123 Stitch. I was looking at a color of floss, and I saw on my wish list that this was on clearance. And I decided now's the time to get it. So these 2 will eventually be hung together in my home. And I think they just needed to be together. I don't usually do matchy pieces, but that one I just felt like I needed to. The other one that I purchased, since I found that was on clearance, I went and looked at my Etsy website or wish list, my favorites, whatever. And I only have about 9 or 10 patterns in there because I find that I just prefer not to purchase from Etsy. I've just, you don't know if it's licensed, if it is licensed, is it AI, there's so much homework to do. And then I find something I really like and it doesn't say if it's licensed. And so then I'll go to look and I'll use the Google lens and I'll search, and sure enough, it's a Luca S or it's a Dimensions. So there's not very many that I have on Etsy. But I did have a Geek Threads one in there, and they had a sale on this chart. It was under $7, and I decided, okay, it's mine. I really like it. So this is Broken Wings by Geek Threads. They charted it. The artwork is by Enyans, E-N-Y-S. I know I'm saying that wrong. Guerrero. And it uses 75 colors. It's 360 by 252. So it's not giant, but I love it. And I showed it to my granddaughter, and my youngest granddaughter was here, and she'd asked me if I bought anything. And I showed her, and she went, oh, I really like that. So it'll be a favorite in the family. Don't know when I'm going to start either of these. I'm kind of on a finishing kick right now. I really want to finish things. So we can move into plans. Let me just pause this and clean this up, and then I'll be back with my plans. Okay, this is a little cleaner now. All right, my plans for the next 2 weeks. I'm going to continue on 4 seasons. And just to remind you, I'm working on this building, and then I'll come up and I'll fill in more of these background buildings. And we'll see where we go from there. But that's what I'm going to do there. And then the next ones are not really set in stone. They're just, okay, let's hope this is better because everything was off in the video. Okay, these next ones, as I was saying, if I didn't cut it out, are not set in stone. These are what I'm really itching to touch right now. And the first one is A Promise of Tomorrow. The artwork is by Shauna Urbeck. And I didn't write down the percentages of these at this moment. But this is from Geek Threads. This is the piece. Here's where I am now. This is one that I picked to add 24% to it by the end of this year. And I have a long ways to go. So I really want to work on that. Another one that I really want to work on is Midsummer's Eve, which is this. Artwork is by Jennifer Taylor. It's charted by Contemporary Cross. Oh, doesn't matter, but that's on a 20 count even weave. This is on another 20 count. And here's where I am on that. So I have, I think, 3 pages done, something like that. So I would like to see more. I'm thinking of coming down, maybe doing down here and getting some different colors, but we'll see. And the other one that I'm itching to work on, I had picked this to be my summer project, and it really hasn't gotten much work this summer outside. So I would like to work on Night Fairy. This is by Lenart, or Lenarte, I don't know how you say it. And this is where I am. So I have outlined the moon. I need to fill in the moon. And then I'd really like to start on the next wing. Just really work on this. This is the end of page 2, right here. So I would like to start filling in the rest of page 2 and work on that. So whether I will get to those, I don't know. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So as far as my frazzledness, guys, this is all the stitching, so if you want to leave, that's fine. And thank you for being here. I got up this morning, I started setting up for my video when all of a sudden I heard a lot of noise, and we had tree trimmers with the chippers and the whole bit going. And I thought, then I'd hear them stop and go, okay, I'd wait a couple minutes and nothing. And I'd start pulling out my stuff and get my phone set up, and all of a sudden they'd start again. They were just taking a break. So then next time they stopped, I waited a little longer. Well, it turned out that was a lunch break. And then they were back. And so every time they would stop, I would start to pull things together, and then they would start again. So when they finally stopped, and I thought, all right, I'm not going to set up until I see if they're gone. They were gone. So then I started setting up, and wouldn't you know it, our maintenance people take care of our grounds. And they started mowing the grass. So I closed my windows, but you could still hear it. And I thought, no, I don't have the editing skills to drown out to lower the background sound. And I thought, no, I just have to wait. So instead I left and got groceries, and then I thought, okay, I need to hurry up and squeeze this in before there's any more noise. So yeah, I feel a little rushed, and I'm sorry about that. It's been a good couple of weeks. I'm enjoying this last bit of summer. It's not as hot as we usually have in August, and that's okay by me. It's mid-80s, it's comfortable. We had my grandson's 10th birthday party at a pool, and we were holding our fingers because there was that hurricane that went up, and they were telling us we were going to have rain all day, and we're thinking, oh, please no. But it turned out to be an absolutely beautiful day. So yeah, so we've already celebrated 2 birthdays this summer. September, I got 3 more coming up. But it's fun, and I'm enjoying it. The kids go back to school the last week of August, so I have them for 2 more weeks here while their parents are at work. I get them 1 day a week. But yeah, and then things are going to get back to normal. But I do feel that I'm getting back into a groove a little bit with my stitching. As you can see, the 4 Seasons at least got some decent work on it. So with that, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your summer, and I hope you get your stitching done. I hope if you have children, I hope you enjoy all the time you get to have with them. And I will see you on September 1st. Take care. Bye.